come. Then it's Sarah Cox. We return tomorrow with Kelly Smith, former Lioness, talking about the start of the Women's Super League. And lots of other stuff tomorrow, which I'll tell you about tomorrow. Good evening.
BBC News at 5 o'clock. This is Justine Green. Liz Truss has made her first appearance at Prime Minister's Questions. Head teachers have told the BBC that music lessons and school trips could be axed to help fund rising energy costs. And a woman who smelled her husband's Parkinson's helped scientists come up with a test for the disease. Liz Truss has spent her first full day as Prime Minister appointing more of her frontbench team and arguing with the Labour leader Sir Keir Starmer in the Commons for the first time since taking office. Sir Robert Jenrick, who supported her rival Rishi Sunak, has been made a health minister. At Prime Minister's Questions, Sir Keir accused her of prioritising tax cuts over helping people deal with the rising cost of living.
Families and public services need every penny they can get. How on earth does she think that now is the right time to protect Shell's profits and give Amazon a tax break?
The Prime Minister replied that her priority was to create jobs and new opportunities.
I'm on the side of people who work hard and do the right thing. That is why we will reverse the national insurance increase, and that is why we will keep corporation tax low. Because ultimately, we want investment right across our country.
Liz Truss was also challenged at Prime Minister's Questions on providing help to households and businesses struggling with soaring energy costs. She confirmed that she would set out her plans tomorrow. Ms Truss is expected to limit household energy bills to £2,500 a year. But as our economics editor Faisal Islam explains, less is known about what help businesses can expect.
The bills that are coming through in terms of energy contract renewal for small businesses are absolutely staggering. Small businesses and large businesses, frankly. And a insolvency consultancy, Red Flag, have done an analysis suggesting over 25,000 businesses could go bust. We do expect some small businesses to get support in the package tomorrow. Where the cut-off is, we don't know. It's one of the key details we're waiting for.
Schools aren't covered by the energy cap either. Some head teachers have said pupils could miss out on trips and music lessons as they try to cope with rising costs this year. The government says it's increasing budgets for schools and recommending energy deals. But head teachers from Norfolk, Essex, Cambridge and Sussex told the BBC what they could cut.
We had a plan, a long-term plan, which was to reducing our emissions. And I think it's fair to say that that's been slowed down a little bit.
We've got computers. And they age, but we're not going to be able to replace immediately.
Exciting opportunities, experiences, trips, visits, things like that, uniform for those families that need it. We haven't got that money to be able to push that out to parents.
The big cuts would probably end up being staff, because that's the sort of savings that we need to make.
5 people in Hong Kong have been convicted of publishing children's books that the authorities said promoted anti-China sentiment. The cartoons, featuring wolves and sheep, referenced events including the mass pro-democracy demonstrations of 2019. Amnesty International has described the convictions as absurd. Ryan Giggs will face a retrial on charges of assault and of controlling and coercive behaviour towards his former girlfriend. Last month, a jury at Manchester Crown Court was discharged after failing to reach a verdict. The second trial is due to begin on the 31st of July next year. He denies all charges and says he's disappointed by the decision. Football and Brighton and Hove's manager Graham Potter is thought to be in the running to replace Thomas Tuchel as Chelsea manager. Tuchel was sacked this morning, 7 games into the season, after his team lost 1-0 to Dinamo Zagreb in the Champions League.